Alderman Wadwa,
Here.
Alderwoman Calderon,
Here.
Alderman Brickner,
Here.
Alderman Fire,
Here.
Alderman Damon,
Here.
Alderwoman Fliss.
Here.
The meeting has also been properly posted and noticed.
Telephonic meeting participation request, none. Public hearings, none. Presentation, none. Citizen comments. Skip, can you please come front and center? Tell your full name and address, please.
Skip Buchel, 2704 East Whitaker Avenue, St. Francis. I'm not complaining about anything, and I don't want anything, so.
Wait, that's a first.
It's only that long, so I'll be done in a second. Basically, I just wanted to give everybody a quick update on St. Francis Days. We've got the parade back, we have the carnival back. We diversified the music a little bit, so we're getting a Nirvana cover band one night. So we're trying real hard to do a few things different. But the biggest thing I want to do is thank everybody. I want to thank the city. I want to thank everybody for, this is our 58th year, so thank you all for that. We've got a really good website now, so our main thing is to promote the website. So if anybody has a way to share on social media or any other way to share the website, it'll be great. And I didn't forget anything. That's it. Thank you very much. And I'm going to get some literature around the city, and I'll drop some off here and have some here so people can pick it up, and it'll have the website on. What? Yeah, I didn't bring the signs because I forgot them. It's sffrancisdays.org, and it's up to date, and it's going along pretty good. Chris Cook in town started it, and he volunteers his time.
And city's citizen too, Chris.
SF, yeah, ST, I'm sorry. stfrancisdays.org. And I'll have literature around. I'll drop something off at the PD too, and so. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Skip. Moving on, consent agenda. Is there any older person that would like anything removed?
Mayor, I make a motion to accept the motions as printed.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Recommendation of action from committees, commissions, and boards. Action to be taken from the licensing committee meeting held July 19th, 2022.
Mayor, we're looking for approval for all of the listed people on the license list today. Not a first, but it very rarely happens. All the applicants today, there was nobody had a criminal charge, nobody had a parking ticket, nobody. So that doesn't happen too often, so
Not even crosswalking?
nothing.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
That's all from licensing.
Thank you, Don. Action to be taken from the Finance Committee meeting held 7/19/2022. Steve?
Mayor, I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation from the Finance Committee to approve the amended Catch Basin Repair Project 1-2022.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, Steve.
And one other thing there, Mayor, I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation from the Finance Committee to approve the K-9 Bayne Hero Fund.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
And that is all from Finance, sir.
Thank you, Steve. Resolutions and ordinances. Resolution authorizing execution of the Department of Natural Resource Principal Forgiven Financial Assistant Agreement.
Can we have a little more background on that, Mayor?
Melinda or Marco Paul? Melinda, that's your department?
Sure.
this is the process that we follow, we've been following for the last couple of years, so that the city can get the funding for our lead service lateral program.
Defer
It's
to
the same
after.
resolution that we passed last year with just the dates and the names have changed. So we have, again, applied for $50,000 to help anybody in the city that has a lead service lateral. It's a reimbursement program up to $5,000. It's especially important this year because of the water main project over on Kansas Avenue, north of Howard. There may be 1 or 2 homes in there that could have the lead service lateral, and that way we will have the funding to be able to reimburse them if they have to do that. So it's a great program, and then we've replaced almost 300 lead service laterals in the city over the last 4 years. So
Thank you. I'll move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Ordinance to repeal and recreate Chapter 105 of the City of St. Francis Code of Ordinances, Officers and Employees.
I would
Mayor,
like
I
to
would
table
make
this.
I would make a.
One at a time first, please.
I would recommend we wait till after closed session to address this issue.
So to
Second.
refer after.
Defer till after closed session.
Any further discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on.
Who seconded?
Matt did.
Matt?
Matt Damon, the movie star. Discussion with items with possible action. Application for Block Party Street closing, 3255 East Canning Avenue. Melinda or Mark?
This has been through all the chiefs. Yeah, just a normal.
This is the sixth time, 6 years that it's been going on, so.
I'll
that-
move
That
to-
I know of.
I'll move to
Is it a
approve
name
the
with a movie
application.
star?
I will second the motion.
Any further discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Eastern Wisconsin Kestrel Project. Go ahead, Mark, thank you.
I received a request from an individual who would like to do a study in the property that's owned, that the city owns, formerly We Energy's property. And he identified in the letter that he would like to, I think he wants to put a box up, or he wants to, well, it's actually more than one box. He's requesting up to 30 boxes. And he wants to use the area to study the birds. The cost of the boxes are approximately $30 each. The poles are $20 each. The project is funded by Natural Resources Foundation of Wisconsin.
Is this like the trail we're talking about, Mark, like here or all around the city?
No, he indicated that he wanted to place the boxes back off from the Neashing Trail.
It said they're supposed to be placed like a half a mile apart, I believe was part.
Yeah, that was not my understanding. We can get more information
It
from him.
says in his thing there was a half a mile distance between the two.
And I just was wondering, would he remove them later, or if they get to be an eyesore? You know how like some things,
Well, I think all those are things that you'd have to place as limitations. You know, when if the study is done, he's got to remove it, and
How long does the study go for?
I don't think it indicates in
Because they
here.
talked about changing the boxes inside, like cleaning them out and putting new bedding in the spring and.
I don't think there's, it says, boxes are generally monitored once a week. Banding, but it doesn't indicate a start and end date.
so could we place it on file, contingent on getting some, approve it upon getting more information, like, are they removed at a certain date? Are they checked in 2 years? I mean, how long is this gonna go on? I mean, I have no problem with
Maybe
us
Melinda
putting
has
something
more.
up, but, I think we just need more information.
Melinda?
Also, don't forget that there has to be specific placement, because depending on how deep these go, we can't penetrate the cap. So it's gonna be very limited places where they can put these, so we really need a map.
So you'd
or
like to
something.
know the number of boxes, the start and end date, and
Can we
Locations?
can we just leave it up to city staff to come up with kind of a way that this could work? I mean, I think we all agree that this is important research to be done, and maybe make a motion to, approved contingent upon city staff's recommendations for scope, limitations, timeline, those sorts of things. Would that work?
I'm good with that.
Okay, I think I'll move that then.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointments to committees, commissions, and boards? None. Correspondence with possible action or referral to committee, commissions, and boards. Correspondent dated July 13th, 2022, from Tara Rosenblatt Memorial Bench.
so.
Melinda or Mark?
This individual reached out to me. She would like to have a bench placed in honor of her mother, who was a Town of Lake resident, longtime resident of the Town of Lake in the city of St. Francis. Initially, I think she wanted the bench placed off from, there's a trail that goes into the seminary off from Crawford or Koenig Avenue. We had discouraged her from doing that because it was in city right away. So then she requested to place a bench back off from the Neashing Trail. I indicated to her that typically that it's a donation process where they would pay for the bench and they would pay for any inscription, and the city would approve a location. She indicated that she wanted to make a request that the city pay for the bench and the city pay for the inscription, and the city place the bench. And so I said I would present that to the council for consideration.
Well, I'll move to place it on file, and I think having a bench is a nice idea. It's been done in the past, but it's always been the person, they've been donated and inscribed. I know I had one done for my husband. I'm just saying that other people have had it done, even markers on trees at the Vretner Park, different things, but it's always been given to the city in honor, but the cost has always been from the person asking it, to be placed. And I think if she's willing to do that, then we could work out something.
Okay.
So Mark, can we contact her back then?
Yeah, I can, that's what I did communicate to her initially. I said this was a little unorthodox that she was asking the city to pay for it, but she insisted.
Because there's so many people in the city, I mean, let's look back at all the residents, there's many residents that have been here all their life, and this could be a growing list of 50 to 100 people.
Well, and I
eventually.
also explained to her there's a standard for the benches that we have, so we only purchase a certain type of bench, and I know they used to be around $1,000, but they're probably closer to 1,500 today, or even more than 1,500. And then you talk about the inscription, it's a couple $1,000s, and then you're talking about placing a concrete pad where the bench goes, and and affixing the bench. It's probably between $2,000 and $2,500 expense.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Unfinished business? None. Other business? None. Department heads? Melinda?
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet is the July Engineers Report. The St. Francis Avenue project, as I reported to the Board of Public Works, is actually complete with the exception of the striping. We got the yellow striping down last week, and the crosswalks are done. We are working on some parking guidelines out there so that we can make sure that all the intersections are clear, but that project is essentially done. The catch basin project is done. Our KK Avenue project south of Howard to Lunham, we had a meeting with DOT today. We have a weekly meeting on the progress. We will make the required deadline for plan submission to DOT, which is August 1st. So we have amazed the DOT in our wherewithal to get this project done in a timely fashion. So that's very good. And we are just finishing up all the other projects and moving forward. So with that, I pass.
Thank you.
Melinda, I just have a question for you. All the barrels that are out on Pennsylvania now, like just south of Howard, on the west side of the street?
We Energies is doing some work in their manholes there. So it's, yeah, they have to maintain their infrastructure too. So.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Chief Poplar? Testing.
Hello. Okay. Just a couple things. I know we have some COVID variants going around, but it's nice we have Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts coming back in for fire safety and first aid training, which they've been absent for the last couple of years. So that's great. We have HEO training, so our heavy equipment operator. We have vacancy, and we have firefighter Ali going through all of the equipment operator and pumping and hydraulics and ladder operation training. Hopefully get him tested out prior to fall. And then long-awaited promotional process for our one fire captain and one fire lieutenant position, making way over the next couple of weeks. So it starts with the Police and Fire Commission and the captains' interviews and assessments going on next Monday. And then a couple weeks after that, we have the lieutenants going through. We're just trying to finalize our proctors from other cities and whatnot for the final date. So that's exciting. We have quite a bit going on. So with that, I pass.
Thank you. Chief Hunter?
Thank you, Mayor. Since Anna's not here, I'll keep it short.
Make sure it's in minutes.
Don't tease us.
Right. I really will. Our Detective Bureau, I just want to give a kudos to them. One is actually here present today. I can't get into details on this, but they were working on a multi-jurisdictional task force, which involved more than one state, federal agencies, local agencies, etc. And it was a large crime ring that they were part of, taking down and taking into custody. And we should see some benefits from that as asset forfeiture money down the road. But I do want to say that they've been working extremely hard on that, and it all stemmed from one complainant, and it was a fraud case that it all stemmed from. So again, they are working diligently on that, and I can give nothing but high praise to them for that. Moving on, we have Family Night, movie night coming up. That'll be this Friday, July 22nd at Ventnor Park. I want to thank Melinda and her crews for setting up and helping with that project. If you have not seen it, it's Encanto is the movie. I'm not familiar with it. My kids are too old. But there will be food trucks there available, and the event kicks off at 7:30 p.m. The park opens at 6 p.m. And then also, obviously, National Night Out is coming up August 3rd. It's coming up quick, so we're talking a couple weeks here. I'm going to thank everybody in advance, and I'll thank you after, to the fire department, to DPW, because I know there's a lot of hard work that goes into all of the city staff, all the common council, department heads, everybody that goes and puts their time and effort into making this a nationally recognized event. What I do ask for is, for the first time ever in the area, we're going to have a laser light show, and this show is, according to the people that are putting it on, and I've seen it, and if you've seen any trails on it, and we have it on our Facebook page, it should blow your mind. I mean, just some of the things that they can do with these lasers, and we're talking like over $1 million worth of lasers that they put on, and they can shoot them into infinity, but they have to do a barrier, obviously, because of the airport and whatnot, but it's all put on the music. It's a half hour long, and they if they can get on at 9:15, they're going to get on at 9:15 and go to 10 o'clock. If they get on at 9:30, they're going to go till 10 o'clock. But please try to promote that. We're trying to promote it as hard as we can. If you can't make it to the event, but you know children, and then you want to see something special that you've never seen before, this is the show to see. Obviously, it's a spectacular show. I've seen some of their events, and it's just incredible what they can do with these lasers. So I asked them to do a laser image of myself, and they tried to put it in the machine and it didn't work. So there was a flaw there somewhere. But please try to promote that. We have it on our first Facebook page, and with that, I pass.
Thank you, Chief. Rebecca?
You said that with such a straight face. The only thing I have to say is our election, in-person absentee voting will begin next week, Tuesday, run for the following 2 weeks through Friday prior to the election, 8 a.m. till 4:45 each day until the final Friday. We do that until 5. Of course, if somebody comes in, we're going to let them cast their early ballot. But that's pretty much it from the clerk's office this week.
Thank you. Paul?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At the risk of providing Alderman Brickner with a straight line, we were unfortunately unable to get Hidden Ponds on for this evening while we were waiting for the financial report. It looks like there was some progress this afternoon, and so the hope springs eternal that we will see it at the upcoming council meeting. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, Paul. Mark?
Thank you, Mayor. The Bias Stone repair project is moving forward. We are getting a stone sample. Nick is going to be installing it on the back side of the wall. It's going to say St. Francis Fire Department. So the council should be able to visualize exactly what the repair would be based on the replacement of one of the blocks on the back of the wall. Our goal is to try and have that for the next council meeting. If it isn't possible to get it by the next council meeting, it will be for sure by the August 19th council meeting. And the overall goal is to have this whole project completed during this construction season. So that's the timeline that we're pushing to have this project completed by, so that the bias stone walls will be repaired this fall. The other thing that I have is I'm not going to be in the office tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. I will be back in the office on Monday. I will have access to my emails in the morning. I will not have access to my emails in the afternoon. I will have access via phone. So if you send me an email, I apologize if I don't get back to you until the next morning or whenever I have service again. So that's all I have, Mayor. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. Matt?
Thanks. I'll save my comments for closed session.
Thank you. Steve?
I have nothing, sir.
Thank you. Don?
I will reserve my remarks for closed session.
Thank you, sir. Debbie?
Pass, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Sarah?
I just want to thank everybody for the July 4th redo on Saturday. We had a really great turnout. A lot of folks from the community came out to the park and had an enjoyable time. So thank you, Debbie, and the celebrations committee and the DPW department and our fire and fire and police chief and their departments and everybody who volunteered their time. I think everybody really enjoyed it, and the fireworks were amazing.
And I think you missed one person. Thank you for coming down and helping out. Thank you very, very much. Okay, Sean, you got 30 seconds.
I will kudos and duplicate what Sarah just offered, and I will save the rest of my comments for closed session.
Thank you. I would just like to piggyback on what Sarah said. The July 4th committee did awesome. The DPW did awesome. Fire and police did awesome. I expect nothing less, and you guys guarantee it every single time. That's amazing. My hat's off. And with that, I'll make the announcements. We're going to close session.
We'll Convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.85, Section 1C and E, for the purpose of considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, and for deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting of other specified public business, whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Items for discussion, city engineer and dispatch contract with the city of Oak Creek. We'll do a roll call vote. Alderman Wadawa?
I'll make the motion for the roll call vote.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call vote.
So now I will say Alderman Wadawa.
I was testing her.
Aye.
Alderwoman Calderon.
Aye.
Alderman Brickner.
Aye.
Alderman Fire.
Aye.
Alderman Damon.
Aye.
And Alderwoman Fliss.
Aye.
And you did pass. We're going to close session, 5-minute recess.
Motion to adjourn. Do you need a motion to?
Did that at the end. So
Also
the-
move.
We had a motion to
We did that in
reconvene
there.
an open session from Alderman Damon and Alderman Fire at 8:55. That was carried. So we're back in open session. Let's see, so the item for discussion was to motion to authorize the mayor and the city administrator to direct correspondence to the city of Oak Creek consistent with discussions in closed session.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Then I'll motion to refer the
Ordinance 105.
Ordinance 105 to the second meeting in August.
Second.
Which will be August 16th. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. I just need a motion to.
Motion adjourn.
Second.
Mayor's report's going to come right now.
Oh, that's right.
We have a motion and a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? We are adjourned.